online haircut.
All right, guys, welcome back. We're in the studio this week. We're going to be here for the rest of the month and August as well a little bit. So far, we have the first week of August booked. We're on episode 210 this week. We hit. We're in the tens now for 200. I'm actually pretty happy with how we came into the studio. We've been away for a month. And we came back pretty good. We didn't really. I mean, obviously, there's some stuff we had to adjust and get used to again. But I think overall we did pretty good. I think we came in here and we executed pretty well.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that. I think that this week's gonna be a short one, but we'll see. We're gonna be talking about soccer and sketch. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So. Let's go into soccer. So this week we got the Euro final, the Copa final, and the Canada versus Uruguay. I was so close to saying Uruguay because we were joking off camera about speed. And then they're playing for third place. And so we, this is tricky because we're recording this yesterday. So we are recording this on Saturday, and it sucks because all these games are on Sunday, the day that we upload.
Yeah.
So it's really annoying because it's gonna be irrelevant by next week.
Yeah.
But yet it's I don't know. We can only talk about it for so much. So, okay, Uruguay versus Canada. Whoever wins that becomes third in the Copa America tournament. Now I think the reffing in Copa has been disgusting, to be honest with you. It's not professional soccer at all, really. You look at Canada when they versed Peru, and that was horrible. That was like watching like a Sunday league game, really. It wasn't very. Both teams weren't using a lot of skill from either side of the competition. Peru played dirty. They played like they were playing in Sunday league, and I mean that's not really. I mean it wasn't a good game. Canada should have won by a lot. They scraped by, which shouldn't happen. And then we got Argentina. When we played Argentina the first time, that was a bit. The reffing was a bit bad. Wasn't too bad last time we played Argentina this week, but wasn't great. When we played Venezuela, that was really, really bad. Not much really to say. I mean, you can just watch the game and you know what I'm talking about, or just highlights, whatever. Yeah, I think if they win against Uruguay and become third place, that is huge for Canada. It's huge for Canada soccer, and it's huge for the team. So I think if they become third, that would be really big. I don't know if they're going to win, to be honest. Uruguay is a pretty good team. I'm surprised they lost against Colombia. Colombia is doing really well. And I want Colombia to win. I mean, I say this, but they fucking either won or lost. I mean, it's kind of stupid, but I want them to win because they're the underdogs. That's about it.
Yeah.
And they got some good players, but yeah, that's all from my end with Copa. Now concerning Euro, Spain is doing phenomenal. Spain were really last year they were not doing very well in Nations League and stuff, and they weren't really a great team, to be honest. Even in the World Cup, they weren't that great. Now my belief is because Spain's a powerhouse when it comes to soccer, obviously, but I think that the reason why they had a rough spot was because they're not. They have a lot of new players. They almost did a rebuild.
Yeah.
And so they have a lot of young guys too, and a lot of upcoming talent. And I think they're finally getting on the rails with their program, and I think that they're finally getting up to speed with everything.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what we're seeing right now, is all the stuff that all the training and all that, getting used to each other as a team. I think it's all coming to fruition. And I think that's what we see right now. The 17-year-old, what's his name?
Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, Lamal, he's I mean, he's crazy, dude. Good for him. Seems like a funny guy. He just seems like a normal kid, to be honest with you. Like in the way he talks and the way what he says, he just seems like a normal teen. Which I mean, that's pretty cool, I guess. Don't really know much else about him, but it's crazy what he's doing. And I'm rooting for Spain. Vamos a España. I do not want England to win. I think England is a phenomenal soccer team. Their team is incredible. Their country produces amazing players. If you get rid of like everyone in their squad right now, the amount of players that you can still get to play for their national team is insane. They're one of the best teams when it comes to soccer. However, I don't like England as a national team. I think their fans are horrible. You know, with everything that happened last Euro, and not just that, they're obnoxious online, in person. There's an image that I would put up on screen, but I think we would get it taken down. It was on Twitter of like a Englishman at a game. It was the Euro final, I think, actually last Euro, of a guy putting like a firework in his bum. And no, it was a flare. It was a flare, and it's really funny, but you're really stupid. And yeah, I just don't like the English supporters. Now, I'm not talking about like Man U or fucking Arsenal. Like, I'm talking about the English national team fans are just like really like horrible people. And I'm generalizing, obviously. There's probably a lot of English supporters that are really cool and amazing, whatever, right? But generally their supporters are not very good. So I can speak for all of the UK that is not English that we want Spain to win. I saw lineups of Scotsmen outside JD Sports trying to get Spain jerseys. So, I mean, that kind of says it all. I'll be very upset if England win, but they could well win. They're a really good team. Spain's a good team too. I want Spain to win. I think Spain will win. So that's kind of my take on that. Yeah, do you have anything else? Because that's literally all I have to say about soccer.
I'm rooting for Spain. I do like the English team, to be honest. I think they got some great players, and I really think they're a really good team. But I think Spain's kind of the underdog here.
Yeah, no way, yeah.
So I'm kind of taking Spain's side here. But yeah, I think my favorite storyline of like all of the Euros is YAMAL LAMINE. So basically, I was telling Colin this yesterday, but there was a basically, I think it was Rubio or something. He the France defender. He was basically talking shit pre-game.
Rabiot.
Yeah, and he was saying like, yeah, this kid is not developed. He's not like good enough to play in the Euros, and he's like, I don't know if he can actually produce at a high level. And then basically, YAMAL LAMINE put on his story. It was like, he's like, winners don't speak until they checkmate or something. It's like kind of corny, but it's like kind of like he's clapping back a little bit. Like I respect it, right? Mm-hmm. And then in the game, you guys probably saw YAMAL LAMINE score. It was like a screamer. Like it was a beautiful goal against Rubio or whatever. So Rabiot, my bad. But yeah, he scores a beautiful goal. And then he looks into the camera and he's saying, he like yells like, "Speak now, speak now." So like it's, I don't know.
I respect him for that.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I think it brings like what you don't see in soccer that often. I feel is like a lot of like, I mean, there's obviously passion and stuff, but you don't see like storylines like that where it's just like really intense, like the shit talking, and like I think it really builds the game up. It adds some more energy to it, and it just makes it a little more like you get more invested in it, right? Like I think a lot of the time it's pretty like, I don't know, it's pretty civil. There's not much stuff going off the pitch, but when you see stuff like that, I think it really brings some like energy into the game.
To be completely honest with you, if I was like an average person playing in the Euro and I saw that this kid was playing, I would look down at him and I would be like, probably like, who is this kid? Like, why is he playing? And I would be like, his size, like okay, you look at him compared to literally anyone in the Euro besides him, he is a small kid.
Yeah.
He's small. He's 17, 16. I think he's 17. He looks 17. He does not, he's not a man. Like, he does not look like a man at all.
Yeah.
He's small. He would get, like, bodied, like, easily in in the Euro. What's that guy's name from Hungary? That center back, he's fucking massive. Like people like him would destroy this kid. So you have to be really good in the ball to make up for it. If you're not, you're fucked. So I think that says a lot. So he must be really good, and I've seen a little bit. He seems pretty good. So I think that he, if I was playing the Euro, I would look down at him and kind of be like, "Who is this kid? Like, why is he here?" And I would try harder against him to make sure that I don't fucking look bad as like a 20-something-year-old or 30-something-year-old, right?
Yeah.
So that's how I would kind of go against him, and just like, I don't really know what word I'd use to describe that, but I would be more aggressive, I'll say.
Yeah.
I would be more like into that game if he was involved.
Yeah.
And I think that's like,
that's fair.
I think it's fair. I don't think I would be, I don't think it's like, I wouldn't say it's not healthy, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily the nicest thing to admit to. But I think I'm just telling you the truth. I think that's just how I would feel naturally.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of the sentiment with some of the older players on the team too. Like you get this like hot shot young kid who's like supposedly really good, and you have to like mark him. Right?
But he doesn't seem the good thing about this situation is he doesn't seem to be like bragging. He's not like a Lightning McQueen, you know. Like he's not coming into the game like I own everyone here. Yeah. Because if so, then no one would like him. Yeah. The media would be all against him. No one would like him, and he wouldn't have a good career. Yeah, for sure. But that's not the case. When I say he wouldn't have a good career, I mean like no one would like him. And you know he'll probably sign to some big club, but like none of his teammates are gonna like him. Like he's not gonna be like a good human being. Yeah. I mean he could still probably get far because he's good. Yeah. But he's not like cocky. Yeah. Like, he's not at all, which is like an excellent trait to have as someone like him. And he doesn't seem to be a nasty dude, a mean guy. So I say, you know, what's there to be upset about? So.
Yeah. And then one more like funny thing about this guy is he's like, because he's only like 16 or 17, one of the games, I forget where it's held, but they have like child protection laws. So they're technically not supposed to work up until a certain time. So he was having like an amazing game. I think it was Germany. He had to get subbed off because they can't work more than like a couple hours or past the hours of like 8 or 9 o'clock. And some of the guys get exempted for it. But it's like it's a thing, so they had to.
That's interesting.
He didn't get exempted, and they had to pull them off. So it was, I don't know. It's kind of funny. Like it's just weird to think about. It's like we're like, I think he's 16. I'm pretty sure he's either 16 or 17. Like he's young, so he's like either a year our age or a year younger than us. But it's insane to see
he's either a year or two younger than us.
I guess. Well, I'm 17.
Yeah, but you're gonna be 18 this year.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just weird to think that there's like a kid that's like younger than us playing in the Euros. Like I don't know.
That is very weird. Yeah, it is.
But I mean, good for him, and I think he's one of the stars of the Euros for sure. So yeah, I think it's been very fun watching him. So
that's all soccer from you?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. So this week, I'm gonna start from the beginning of this story. So I think it was like Monday or something. I watched FaZe Rug's live stream on Twitch, and I saw in his YouTube video, like I watch FaZe Rug, not all the time, but I do watch him. I'm a fan of him. And he was like talking about how he was doing a challenge where he made like these different, it's pretty unique. He made all these different Twitch accounts, and he went live, and he wanted to see how fast he can get noticed on Twitch of being like FaZe Rug. And the first person to put in the chat like anything would get like $100 or something. So kind of cool. And they did, each stream was something different. So it would be like a photo. It's pretty funny. It's like a photo of FaZe Rug. Like if you search up FaZe Rug on YouTube, I think it's like his profile photo of just him smiling, like in that blue hoodie. And he took that, but then he like changed the profile photo to match the content of the stream. So like one would be like he's doing a cooking stream, and they put like a chef hat on him and like in like a coat, or then he'd be doing like a ghost hunting stream, and it's like bats in the background or some shit. Yeah. And then he's like stuff like that, or like gaming one, vice versa. So each stream was of a different topic. So one would be like, ghost hunting, or the other would be like cooking, the other would be gaming, or like IRL or something like that. and it was cool to see like each person come along. I mean, his cousin kind of wrecked it, and I don't want to go into that, but like, it was a very cool video idea, and he was like, guys, I think I like streaming. Like, I watched his streams when he started on Twitch, like in the 9th grade or something. His last at the time, his last stream was when we were in 10th grade, so 2022, and he hasn't streamed since. But he was in the video. He's like, guys, let me know if I should stream. Like, I like streaming. I like this. And then that's when I went onto his Twitch, and then I realized, like, oh, yeah, he hasn't streamed since 2022. And then on Monday, I got a notification because I had the bell on for when he'd go live. And I was like, oh, shit. And it was like, the title was like, first stream in years. So I click on it, and he's just chilling. It was pretty cool to see. And he was playing that new game that's really popular right now. I forgot what it's called. It's like Chained Together or something.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks cool. It reminds me of Only Up, because that's pretty much what it is, just like harder, it seems like. It's a really like strategic, like it requires a lot of communication. I hadn't seen the game since, like that was the only time I saw it, and the last time I saw of it. Looks pretty cool. And he was playing with Sketch, so he got Sketch in there, and that was the first like stream I've ever watched of Sketch. He's got his Logitech mic, and he's in there, but yeah, I had not really watched Sketch at all since then. Like, I've only seen like clips and stuff. And then a few days later, I get all this stuff on Instagram seeing about what Sketch did on OnlyFans and all this shit about like gay porn, and dressed up as Wonder Woman. So here's my take on it. I commend him for being honest and making the video about it, saying like, that's what I did. It's all true, and he was very upset about it, obviously, and he was like, it was a rough time in my life. I did what I did, and I'm a totally different person now. That's not me anymore. And he was like, I feared that this day would come, and he was like, he was upset. Now I feel bad for the guy because he's, it's obviously something that's embarrassing to him and something that's not. He seems like a funny dude. He seems like a cool guy. I got nothing against him. I got nothing against the situation. I think if that's something that he did in his past and he's not proud of it, and that's something that is embarrassing to him, he says he's a whole different person. I mean, kind of seems that way. So I got nothing against it. If he's a whole different person, like, I think, I'll give some, like, people change. Like, I mean, I don't want to sit here and be all like corny and like, oh yeah, give people a second chance in life. Like, but that's kind of how I feel. Like, if you're a totally different person and you're truly like not what you used to do and not what you were like I got nothing against you if you're, not doing that anymore. And like, right. So that's how I see it. And it's really like, I think he's really, I wouldn't say the word lucky, but he's very fortunate that he has friends like FaZe Banks because he left. Like, he was like, the texts were leaked of there's screenshots. He basically, like, when the news came out, he was gonna fly home because he lives at the FaZe house or something. I don't think he's in FaZe. I could be wrong, but he lives like with FaZe Banks and those guys, and he just left. Like, he just dipped, and he was like, I'm going to the airport. And then FaZe Banks convinced him to come back, and they were like, we're all here. Like, we can talk this through. Like, don't just like leave. Like, you're fine. Like, we're here for you.
Yeah.
Which I think that's really commendable. And he came back, and he just like talked to them, and he was all right.
Yeah.
They cheered him up. They made him feel like safe.
Yeah.
In an inclusive environment. So I got to respect that. And I got no problem with it, really. I don't see a reason to not like, to be upset with this. So my take on it.
Yeah, fair enough. I definitely, I saw all like the news going around and shit. And I was kind of like, I didn't think it was real at first, to be honest. I was like,
same.
There was like a bunch of like, people were like, is this real? And then someone like, bro, I saw this video or like this like Instagram post where the guy like he circles, like he's got like a birthmark like on his lip, and then he circles it from like the picture or some shit. So they like fucking found it. But what I find like the most, I don't know, the funniest part of all this is like who like figured out that this was Sketch, bro. Who was like
that's really that's
I don't know.
True.
Who's
that
like
kind of
looking at that shit, and then they're like, yo, is that the Sketch? And then they like, I don't know, circle back to it. But I don't know. To be honest, I don't really like
think of that. I didn't. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's just I thought it was kind of funny, but yeah, I mean that's what happens when you go like viral, right? Like I mean people like look back into your past and stuff, and like I mean I think obviously like he feels a certain way about that, and that's why he like reacted the way he did. But I think like if anyone, he's like the kind of guy that would take it like in a decent, like he wouldn't take it in like a shitty way. I feel like he can kind of make the joke of it. Like I saw someone clipped it, but it was like the start of his stream, and he's like, "Guys, it's time to address the elephant in the room." And then everyone's like,
Yeah.
and he's like, "I got a haircut," and then like he
Oh,
just,
yeah,
you know what I
that's-
mean? Like
that's funny,
he's
yeah.
like making jokes about it and stuff. So I mean, I don't know. I didn't like. I mean, that's his like it's his problem, right? It's like I don't like I don't know. It's like
Yeah, you don't have to deal with this problem.
yeah, it's his choice, right? But yeah, I think like in his career, like it's kind of a shitty thing to have happen to you, because like
Yep.
there's always gonna be people in your chat like from this day on that are like,
Yep.
you know, gonna like flame him for it and shit. But that's just how it goes, to be honest. So, I mean, if he can look past it and get over it for himself, then I think that's like the most important thing. And then
Yeah.
if he can like move past it, he'll be all right.
I think he's
so,
got it.
yeah,
Shout out Sketch.
yeah,
Come on, have a news podcast.
yeah, man.
Anyway, is that all for both of us?
Yeah, I mean, I think anything else, we're at 22.
Got nothing else. You know, I just, it sucks that we couldn't talk about the Euro after it happened, but
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we can include that clip of me flaming England. But again, it will probably be irrelevant.
Yeah, yeah. By Sunday, so.
Yeah, unless we get that clip out before the game
Today,
on Sunday, like
yeah.
in the morning, which I doubt that will happen.
Yeah.
Then I think there's no point. But we've been lacking with the clips. I've wanted to get something clippable.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Well, actually, we do have guests coming on next 2 weeks. So
yeah. So probably some more
stay
clips.
tuned. So we'll have
Yeah.
some maybe some clippable content. Definitely
I
on
think
the second guest. I'm pretty excited for that one. So stay tuned. We do have guests coming, and
Yeah.
hopefully we'll get some clips out too. So
Right. Should we try to get as many guests as we can this month for the rest of the month? Just we've already got two guys. We already got 2 in a row.
yeah,
So because we've been locking a little bit, we got 2 in a row, and then we should try to get a third in a row, 3 guests in a row. Since
Yeah.
we've been, I don't know, we'll see. I'll think of something. I'll find. But like Justin's got to get a guest. I mean,
bro, I gotta get something here.
you
bro.
haven't had a guest on in a while, so.
Yeah, been lacking.
Anyway, this has been Avenues Podcast. This is episode 210. Thank you for watching. Also, I hope you guys like the new outro that we've been doing. I think it's quite cool.
Yeah.
I think it's nice. And obviously check out the description. We got everything there. You can check us out on all these different social medias. I think that so when you have the outro, it's a good way of. I feel like it's a better closing.
Yeah, I agree.
With that there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I put it there. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Peace.